to the final at the weekend. I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling positive. I've been re-watching all the games, and I think we'll be okay. You've been re-watching them? That surely must be agony. Some of them weren't great. Yeah, I think it's quite a self-destructive pattern, actually. Is this maybe this isn't an interview? Maybe this is an intervention. I'm not sure.
We can do those.
We're here to help.
We're good at them.
Yeah. Suzy, how are you feeling ahead of tonight?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I was out in Zurich. Well, we went over to St Gallen with Maisie for the Wales game, which was really exciting. And then I watched the Sweden.
Very honest, you're quite new to football, aren't you? So what have you made of this tournament so far?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the whole, we do our podcast, Big Kick Energy, and the way that it came around is that Maisie is a lifelong fan of football and we're really good friends. And she was convinced that over the World Cup, she could make me a football fan. And she has exceeded all expectations because now I'm a fanatic. And this has been my first international tournament that I've gone to. And it's been wonderful. It was really amazing to be out there and to feel like you're part of something. The growth of the women's game is it's just happening so quickly now, and it's so exciting to feel part of something. And it was really exciting to be there.
Maisie, you never doubted the Lionesses, did you? I mean, you were so confident that you booked your flight home for after the final on Sunday. So you've always believed.
Yeah, back in February, I booked my flights, and I thought, I think we can go 2 for 2. I really do. I think that sums up an England fan right there, doesn't it? That sort of unbridled optimism. But I tell you what, it's been such a good decision because I've also seen games not with England in, which have also been incredible. That Italy-Norway I went to, if anything, just to scout the competition, and I'll be going to the other semi-final, the Spain-Germany one, tomorrow night as well. So it's been fantastic, and the vibes here with all the fans, it's been brilliant. There's been a whole Lionesses headquarters, which has been for places to meet up, fan walks. It's just been fantastic for everybody getting involved in the tournament.
Maisie, just talk us through the competition. So you're also going to watch, OK, we know there's a semi-final to play, but you're also going to watch Spain-Germany. What do you make of them?
I mean, anybody who watched that shootout for Germany against France the other night, I thought I was done with penalty shootouts after our one, and then literally 2 days later, there I am again. I think they're formidable. I think it's been such an interesting tournament, Sally, because all of the big strong teams have had a bit of a wobble. We had ours against France. Germany had theirs against Sweden. Spain, although they went on to beat Switzerland, who were arguably one of the underdogs left in the tournament, managed to keep them at bay for 2/3 of the match and then were quite unlucky towards the end. So it's been really, really exciting on that part, because the smaller teams have really shown up and said, don't write us off. And the bigger teams have all had their own little wobbles. So I honestly think now it's anybody's for the taking.
Suzy, we have to mention that away from the football itself, there have also been headlines about online abuse and racist abuse. What do you think the effect of that is, not just on the players, but just on morale for the country, really, and the reputation of the game?
I'm just so disgusted by it. I'm so disgusted by it. I don't want to use the word disappointing, and because it's so far beyond that. But the idea that these women are sort of stepping up for their country, the years that they have put in to get to the place that they're at, you can just imagine the amount of football training days in the rain from kids all the way up, and how the game has changed for them. Lots of these players were playing when there really wasn't the facilities for women's football. Now to get to this level and to have to endure racism and abuse, I'm sort of sick of it. I'm sick of hearing about it in the men's game and in the women's game. It's just abuse. There's 2 different things, isn't there? Because people say, people can have opinions on players. They can say, oh, they weren't at their best, or I think that person should be on the bench. It's fine to have that kind of opinion. It's very different to be a racist bully on the internet. And I think those people aren't fans. They're not fans. They don't deserve to be a fan. They're not in the same gang as me and Maisie and all the wonderful people that we've met out in Switzerland. They are just disgusting people who I believe should have a lifetime ban of football. And they shouldn't be able to go to any grounds. And that should be it for them.
And Maisie, what's the reaction been like over there?
Yeah, it's been heartbreaking, really, because it's at such odds with the joyous and inclusive vibe that that the fans have been celebrating throughout the month. And I think Suzy's right. Like it's something that's got to be nipped in the bud. I think we've seen it escalate and almost be sort of glorified in the men's game. This sort of toxicity and normalisation of abuse just being part of football culture. But I think, especially with the growth of social media, there needs to be more done from the powers up top. It shouldn't be Jess Carter's responsibility to call it out. It shouldn't be our responsibility to be talking about it now, because that only goes so far. I think that's also the reason that they've taken the decision to no longer take the knee before a game is these actions have only gone so far, and there has to be real consequences coming from higher above. And I saw a brilliant interview yesterday with Georgia Stanway, where she was making the very credible point that if you give racist abuse or abuse of any kind in a stadium or in a pub, you face real consequences. You know, if I walked into a pub now and behaved that way, there would be witnesses, CCTV, the police would be called. I think there needs to be similar consequences for doing that sort of thing online, because it has the same effect. These are real people that you're saying it to, not about, to. I don't know exactly what the scenario, what the solution is, but there needs to be some sort of identification process you have to go through for a social media account, perhaps. But it has to be nipped in the bud before it is allowed to flourish in the way that we've seen it in the men's game.
Well, hopefully tonight it will all be about the football, and successful football at that. Maisie, we'll let you go because you've got to head off to the game. But thank you both.
Yeah.
You look